Hey, it's Stephen J. Kosmina coming at you with another message about the creative process that we participate in all the time, whether we know we're participating in it or not. Hi, my company that I have along with my wife, Tanae, is called Success Ocean International. And we facilitate, as one of our programs, the Proctor Gallagher Institute program called Thinking into Results. This is an amazing program that we work on in depth over a 6-month period with individuals, getting them from where they are now to where they want to be. All the way, not from point A to point B. That's the other guys. We're the big dream people. We're the big dream company. We get you from point A all the way to point Z, to that pot of gold somewhere over your rainbow, whatever that pot of gold may be in your life. Let's take a look at this creative process here for a moment. And I want to share with you using this whiteboard for a moment because, we think in pictures. That's how we think. That's how most of us learn. That's how most of us are learning is accelerated when we can see the words, yes, grasp the concepts, and do it partially through pictures. It stays with us. We retain it that way. And that's what we're going to do a little bit here in this brief informational video that I'm sharing with you today. Back in 1934, there was a gentleman, a chiropractor, by the name of Dr. Thurman Fleet. He was living in San Antonio, Texas at the time, and he developed a picture of the mind and body. And we call this representation, I'll share with you in a moment, the stick person. You see, when we think in pictures, we can think of our home, our environment, where we live. We can look at our body and we can look at our hand and say, okay, that's my hand. And if we were to go to the doctor and say we injured ourselves, for instance, and the doctor says, well, inside there you have a muscle running along here and a tendon running around here and a ligament going through here. And we have a concept because we're seeing the picture of our hand. But this Dr. Thurman Fleet said, nobody's seen the mind. We tend to think of the brain when somebody says, what does your mind look like? Or if we were to be asked that question, what does your mind look like? We're thinking of our brain, but our mind is not our brain. Our mind is actually in every cell of all that we are and is so much more than just something that's limited to our brain. But we have a couple different parts to the mind, and let me go through this example by Dr. Thurman Fleet here. I'm going to draw a big circle here, and hopefully you can see that in my video a little bit. Okay, great. And that's going to represent the mind. And down here, we have a smaller circle, and this is going to represent the body, okay? This is our little stick person. And what I want to share with you is that we create the world that we're living in. We create our experience by the thoughts we think and by the actions we take. This is about how we're wired and how this all works and how we do that. You see, if we look at this as the mind, we're going to look at two parts of the mind. So I'm going to draw a line right across the middle here. Now, science is going to tell us there's many more parts to the mind in that, but for this simple video here, an explanation of how we're wired, we're going to just look at the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. So this is the conscious mind here, and this is the subconscious mind. Now, the conscious mind is our thinking mind. This is our mind that we use when we're awake, when we're moving through life. This is where intellect is going on, okay? This is where we use the faculties of perception, of memory, of imagination, of reason, of intuition, and will. That's all processed in our conscious mind. Okay? This is where we do our thinking. Now, the subconscious mind is our emotional mind. So we're going to mark this thinking mind. And we're going to mark the subconscious our emotional mind. And the subconscious mind is our executive mind. The subconscious mind, all it does is it receives input. It can't do anything else. It just receives input and then it executes the input that it receives in the form of output. It moves through the body, and the body takes an action that results in whatever was planted in the subconscious mind. So you can look at the subconscious mind as that place where seeds are germinating. So by the input from thinking in our conscious mind, where we take, let's say, the faculty of our imagination, we come up with an idea. We have an idea. We imagine an idea. And it's put together in our thinking mind. And we take this idea and we plant it in the fertile soil of our subconscious emotional mind, and it goes to work on it. Now, let's just back up the truck just a little bit here, because there is so much input that's going into our conscious mind every day from our five senses. See, everything gets fed into the subconscious mind that is drawn in through the conscious or thinking mind. It's not filtered out. For instance, we have, these look like little antennas here, but we got 5 of them where we receive a lot of information every single day. And that's through our 5 senses of taste, touch, smell, hearing, and seeing. So we move in this world around us, and we're sensory creatures. We see something and we believe it. No matter what it is, we can see partial images and we believe in it. We hear something. How often do we turn on the radio or the TV? We hear something and we put that into our belief system. So we're taking the input from all these sensory factors and feeding them into our subconscious mind. And you know what? A lot of the times that stuff that comes in there is just toxic garbage. It really, for lack of a better word, it really is. But we've been doing this all of our lifetimes, even before that. And I say before that because what is in this subconscious mind as conditioning has come through genetics from our ancestors. That's why we look like, Uncle Harry or Uncle Bill or Aunt Sue or whatever. But through genetics, we get conditioning. Through our environment, we get conditioning in the form of what's coming in through the senses. But just the people that we hang around with, too, is all forming thoughts and feelings. And those feeling thoughts are the ones that make a deep impression, get planted deeply in the subconscious mind. The thoughts that we hold with feeling and emotional, that's why we call this the emotional mind. Those are the ones that the subconscious mind goes to work on. And what's happening here is we all live in this infinite field of energy, whether we realize it or not. We're moving through this field of energy. This field of energy is moving in and through us. We live in a world of circulation. And what we're doing here in this work that we do at Success Ocean as Procter Gallagher Consultants is we teach how to participate with that flow of energy. Call it substance, call it the ethers, call it what you will, call it divine energy. But it's always flowing, it's always on. And when this thought process is happening and we have an idea, and we create that idea, and we decide to take it a step further and allow it to develop, and we feed feelings and emotion into that, we're planting it deep in the subconscious mind. So now what happens here is the subconscious mind goes to work on it because that's what it does. This is the executive office. It executes whatever idea it is fed. The thought, fueled with feeling and emotion that's fed into the subconscious mind, is moved into the world of form as it is participating with this energy flow. Okay? Stay with me here for a minute. So these ideas that we think, and it can be ideas of worry, doubt, and fear, or it could be ideas of manifesting time and money freedom in our lives, or relationships, or anything that we would like to create. That's why this is so important. So this energy is flowing through, and what happens here is the subconscious mind moves on its path to execute. It changes and shifts the vibration in the body. So our thoughts create, with help with feelings, shifts our vibration, and our body takes action, and that action demonstrates to the world around us, to the universe, to this energy flow, what we intend to create, to manifest in our lives. This energy flow, call it universal energy or whatever you will, running out of room, so we're just going to call it the universe here, notices and responds. We live in a universe of laws, opposites, a universe of opposites, a universe of vibrations. The universe picks up on this vibration that the body is in. The universe notices, moves in to support it, and moves this way, and it meets to support that idea, that vibration. And that's how we move into our world of form the thought that we held previously as only an idea. Now, this is a really simplistic approach. We go into it much deeper in our Thinking to Results program. In fact, I invite you watching this video to just send me a little message. Just type a message below this screen, this video here, and say, hey, I got this big dream, this big idea. I'd like to share it with you. So take some action now and type a message in. Or better yet, my email's right underneath here. Shoot me an email. Tell me what your big dream is. Tell me what your dream is that you would like to move from that invisible world of non-form into your world of form. Remembering that everything was created twice. The chair you sit on, the bed you sleep in, your kitchen sink, your table, everything was created twice. First as an idea in the world of non-form using the faculty of our imagination, then moved through this process into the world of form. So take some action. Maybe pick up the phone and call me. Let's have a conversation. Let's set up an appointment to see how we can move your big idea, your big dream into the world of form. Because that's what we do here at Success Ocean International. My wife and I, Tanae, she'll be sharing here in just a moment. And we do this work. Our life passion is whole life prosperity, moving you into your dream and all that you would like to experience in your life. Thanks for looking in today. Hope this makes a little bit more sense. Join our program, and it's going to make a whole lot of sense to you. In fact, this is life-changing. It'll change your life, and it'll make all your dreams come true. Once you understand it, cooperate it with it, and put it to work for you in your life. Stephen J. Kosmina, Success Ocean International, Procter Gallagher Institute Consultants. Join us. Call us. Let's have a conversation.